Kindly let us take this one very, very serious, because no matter the age, no matter the background, no matter the financial status, this road is a road that almost every person who is successful have found themselves riding on. And so as we set off this journey of overcoming childhood trauma, I need us to remind ourselves that overcoming childhood trauma has nothing like fixing ourselves, because actually the truth is that we never got ourselves in that trap. And rather, it is about reclaiming choices, reclaiming safety, and reclaiming dignity that was taken at our tender age. And another thing is that as we set off, let's keep this one in mind, that this journey is not a linear one. It is not smooth as you may think, but is a gentle, layered work. And what to do is to take it step at a time. Welcome to today's lesson 3 of elevating ourselves, and today I'm going to share ways on how to overcome childhood trauma. So if you happen to be a victim, which is very normal, this is the best lesson for you to undertake. Or if you have a friend or a relative who is probably fighting trauma, you can share this link with them, so that by the time they listen at it and put it in practice, they are going to overcome whatever they are fighting. And for those watching me for the first time, welcome. We acknowledge your presence. We love you. We honor you. You can go ahead and subscribe to this an amazing family. We love guests, and we want to work together as one big family. Here is a platform where we learn about life empowerment, elevating ourselves in various aspects of life, and we learn and learn and relearn and relearn. As long as it is important, we are in for it. Number 1 on my list, I have recognizing trauma, and this means that you have to understand and identify the kind of trauma you are dealing with. For instance, if you went through a domestic violence, and remember, trauma is not what just happened. It is something that happened due to lack of support. Meaning, if somebody could be there to protect you from it, then it could not have happened. But now that it happened, we have to get out of it at all costs. So let's come back to our example. We said, assuming you went through a domestic violence, and whatever happened most of the time is that you tend to start feeling in your adulthood, you tend to start feeling that you were better off, because to some extent you might have witnessed somebody going through a worse scenario than whatever you went through. And now you feel like, I just have to move on and forget about it. You see, if you have this kind of thought, they're only going to protect you from the pain that comes with that thing, but they block you from healing. So instead of you thinking that way, I will recommend that you start saying this to yourself. It's like a word of affirmation. You might say, let's just say something simple like, that environment shaped you in a way that you did not appreciate, or that thing taught you in a way that you did not like. And only that one is the nerve to cool your nervous system, and it is our step 1 of healing. The second one is creating safety in the moment, and it is going to help you reframe shame into understanding. For instance, you are able to share about what happened to you without feeling ashamed of it, because to some extent you have healed, and now you understand that whatever happened wasn't your fault. The second one is creating safety in the present, and this will help you reframe shame into understanding in a way that you are able to talk about what happened to you without feeling ashamed, because to some extent you have healed, and now you understand that whatever happened wasn't your fault. And one thing that people do not understand is that trauma is stored in the nervous system, not brain. Okay, so that is why you'll find most victims of trauma living in constant tension, hyper alertness, numbness, and exhaustion. And traits such as hypervigilant, people pleasing, and perfectionism are mostly results of trauma. You have results of trauma. Note that we said earlier that this journey is not a linear one, so we have to practice some simple remedies, such as, for example, if you're feeling anxious about something and you actually don't know what it is, you might put your foot firmly on ground and then remind yourself, you might put your foot firmly on ground, breathe in slowly, and then remind yourself you are not a child any longer. And by doing so, you will calm your nervous system, and you'll find yourself coming back to normal status. Third one is understanding trauma patterns, and trauma patterns will always be there. Remember, some things we adopted them in our childhood for survival. Things such as people pleasing. No one was born as a people pleaser. This is a result of trauma. Like, for example, you had to adopt a way of pleasing people for you to be accepted. You adopted something like controlling and anger towards chaos and threatening situation for you to stay safe. Another person might have adopted perfectionism as a way of gaining validation, and this thing keeps on repeating again and again in our daily life. The only way to come out of this trap is for you to sit yourself down and ask yourself, yes, I am pleasing people. I am playing to be so perfect. How is all this thing helping me? Take a book and a pen. Write down all the survival techniques and ask yourself how they are helping you in your day-to-day life. And once you get your answers, you are good to go. Number 4 on my list, I have rebuilding self-trust, and this involves around repairing inner relationship. And you have to know that trauma breaks personal trust, and it leads you into doubting your thoughts. It leads you into overriding your limits, and sometimes it can lead you into ignoring your feelings and emotions. So the most remedy for this is for you to try things like resting when you feel tired, letting go of situations that feels unsafe to you, and keeping yourself small self-promises. For instance, if you are a people pleaser, you are always saying yes to make people happy, and then you make yourself a promise that from today henceforth, I will learn to say no to things that do not align with my purpose. You have to make sure that you fulfill that promise, and the moment you fulfill that promise, you feel as something lighter inside you, and you even feel better. The fifth one is practicing new responses, and this one helps you rewire your brain a lot. And you see, healing shows up in moment of choices. For instance, that trigger will remain to be the same, but your responses will now change. For example, let's say someone criticizes you, provoke you, or abuses you. Your all response might have been chaos to chaos, anger to anger, insult to insult. But at this point in life, you can now pause for a moment, breathe in, and respond to that person who have provoked you in a very calm way and disengage from that conversation. You see, that one will feel more safer, more calm, and more mature than chaos to chaos. The last one on my list, we have living forward. And trust me, at this point in life, now trauma stops being at the center of everything, and now you can choose calm over chaos. You're able to choose nourishment over distraction, safety over familiarity, and you can create relationships that are safer and steady. You can now pursue interests that feel peaceful and meaningful. Keep in mind, at this point, you are now living a life, not just surviving. So a summary, we have recognizing trauma, creating safety in the present, understanding trauma patterns, rebuilding self-trust, practicing new responses, and living forward. So if you have watched till this far, and I really appreciate you for trusting me with your time. I don't take it for granted. And if you are a guest here, feel welcome. We acknowledge your presence. We are fighting to 100 subscribers. Please just go back, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and then click a notification bell so that next time I post a new video, you get notified. Till then, I wish you all the best. Stay soft, stay feminine, stay elegant, and until next week, I wish you all the best.